Everybody, and welcome back to another great week of Crack Kills football. We're into week 11, the last week before we get back into the rivalry games. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we finish out the season heading into the rivalry games and start to get ready for another great year playoffs. Quick hit number 1, you all know what it is. Head bash! It's probably the biggest story of the season thus far. I mean, let's just be honest, it is the biggest story of the season thus far. And of course, it happened in the last few minutes of a terrible Thursday night football game. Myles Garrett's helmet smash is like something I have not really seen before, and I don't think a lot of people have. Jeans hold on to Myles Garrett. He got them an impressive 1 point before being ejected for his helmet smash. And now the question becomes, will he play again ever? I think it's pretty likely that he will next season, but he might want to think about putting his name into the XFL draft pool right now. Word is that helmet smashing is legal in that league. Quick hit number 2. Moving up. Just 3 weeks ago, Future Cop was down, out, and ready to auction off their entire team for scraps. But now, through shrewd maneuvering and a little bit of luck, the Cops find themselves firmly back in the mix. The latest move, prying Delvin Cook away from unfinished business in exchange for a first-round pick. The Cops picked up Russell Wilson last week, and they ended up with another big move 2 weeks ago. It's going to be interesting to see how these Cops turn out. They're winners of 2 in a row. They've won 3 of their last 4, and now today they have their sights set on the Dimebags, a 3rd straight win, getting over 500, and perhaps for the first time in quite some time, getting their ass back in the playoffs. We'll see if the Cops can do this, or if things fall apart, as the Roots once said. Quick hit number 3. 9 spot. King Quon looks for win number 9 in a row today, taking on the Fugitives in what will be a huge game for both teams. A win would all but clinch a playoff spot for Quon, and would put them that much closer to the pennant and the first place finish in the Crack Kills League for the regular season. Quon has done a great job of overcoming injuries, getting through Breeze, Hill, and Saquon Barkley injuries this year. Of course, he'll be without Saquon today. We'll see how that works out. But they've also leaned on role players, most notably Kirk Cousins, who was kicked to the garbage pile by All Business, picked up by Quon, and turned in his best games of the season after doing so. Of course, King Quon was the number 1 seed in 2018, before falling to the eventual champ Superfly in the semifinals. We'll see if Quon can repeat that number 1 seed, but turn the playoffs into a little bit happier occasion for his team moving forward in 2019. Quick hit number 4. Season on the line. At 4-6, No Comment have lost 3 straight and see their season hang in the balance today against Shittown. A loss would surely drop No Comment from the playoffs. This team has been an enigma this year, plagued by poor roster management, and 3 coulda-won games are evidence of that. But No Comment still sits at 6th in the power rankings and 4th in scoring, even though they are 4-6, meaning a late run and possibly making the playoffs would awaken a sleeping giant that lies on the No Comment roster. Or a loss to Shittown would end their season. We'll see which one we'll be talking about next week. Or, if it's a loss, not talking about it all. Quick hit number 5. A tale of not 1, not 2, but 3 seasons. The Tinfoil Kings started this year 0-3. Even the record at 3-3 with 3 straight wins. And now sit at 3-7. But that stretch of the Kings has affected the playoff picture. Those 3 wins came against the Cops, Bags, and No Comment. All teams still fighting for playoff spots, especially the Bags and Cops. Tinfoil Kings will have 2 more chances to affect the playoff teams, with games against All Business and Phil Fugitives, but they'll probably also stack 2 more wins as they face Shittown and unfinished business down the stretch. While the playoffs might probably be out of the question for Tinfoil Kings, a nice late season run and a shit bowl to remember could leave them with the number 1 pick heading into next year and a chance to rebuild this great franchise.
No.
Finally, the player to watch. It's Dalvin Cook, a future cop. And that's newly a future cop. Cook is wearing new duds and a badge this week, as the cops gave up a first-round pick to get him. But with the numbers Dalvin Cook has put up this season, they have been worth it. We'll see if the cops can get all they need out of Cook and turn his trade into a nice playoff spot, or if it's all for naught and they just end up without a first-round pick next year. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for week number 11. Good luck to everybody except Shittown.